You join me on the platform today at Chester Station, and today's video is going to look at the Mid Cheshire Line, which is a railway line that runs from Chester to Manchester Piccadilly via Northwich. Before we go to detail about today's video, there is something to pass through Chester Station, a steam locomotive. So I'm going to get that first and explain more about today's video. It's lovely seeing a steam locomotive on the main line, and that steam locomotive is the LMS Royal Scot class 46100 Royal Scot, and that is going to Holyhead. After it does that private charter, it shall be withdrawn and will be overhauled. Now today's video I mentioned is the Mid Cheshire Line, and the stations we shall be ticking off today are all stations between Chester and Greenbank. Now the next train I shall be catching will be the 1056 Northern service to Manchester Piccadilly, and the first station we shall stop at is Molesworth. So we have now made it to the first railway station we're stopping off at today. This is Molesworth, and surprisingly there's still snow stuck to the ground here at this railway station and this location. Most of the UK the snow has fallen out, but it's lovely to see snow in January, and it does look warmer than it looks, to be honest with you. Now the station building on platform 2 is really impressive. I really do like it. It's also got a bench saying Molesworth, and that's the Chester bound platform. On the Manchester Piccadilly bound platform on platform 1, it's got a lovely waiting shelter, and that waiting shelter is very cosy. Also west of this railway station, the line becomes single track, and it joins the Chester to Helsby line at Mickle Trafford. So when I did some research for this railway station, I actually found the information and history about this railway station very interesting. Molesworth station opened on the 22nd of June 1870 by the West Cheshire Railway for passengers. Freight services started a year earlier in 1869. The station originally was on a line from Northwich to Hooton, which joined the Helsby to Hooton line east of Ince and Elton. The line closed to freight in 1991, but passenger services ceased in 1964. The line to Chester was opened for freight in 1874, and a year later to passengers in 1875, but the passenger trains actually went to Chester Northgate station instead of the current Chester station. So our time at Molesworth is nearly up. I'm waiting for the next service to arrive to take us to our next station. It should be that class 156 diesel multiple unit 156410 and will take us to Delamere. We have now arrived at the next railway station on the Mid Cheshire Line, and this is Delamere. And honestly, the name does sound American. Delamere. And that's probably the worst American accent ever. On platform 1, the Chester-bound platform, it's got a lovely station building, and that's now a tea room, I think. So it's lovely to see old station buildings being renovated into other things than railway use. Forgot to mention at Molesworth, that's actually renovated into, I think, a hairdresser's and a nail salon. So it's good to see old station buildings being used for other things than the railway. Also on platform 1, it's got a lovely modern waiting shelter, but it does have Cheshire Best Kept Station signs on the waiting shelter. On platform 2, the Manchester Piccadilly bound platform, it does have a waiting shelter as well, but the waiting shelter is a bit older than the other one. And also it's got a lovely wooden train here as well, a lovely steam locomotive, which I think that's more of a plant pot. So there's not really much station history about Delamere Station. It opened on the 22nd of June 1870 by the West Cheshire Railway. Also, this station is the start point or the end point of the Baker's Way, a footpath that you can walk towards Chester. The Mid Cheshire Line has only got an hourly frequency calling at all these stations en route between Manchester Piccadilly and Chester. So whatever trains we see go towards Chester will be the same trains coming back to pick us up. So here it's going to be a Class 150 diesel multiple units, 150 101. And that will be the 1313 Northern service to Manchester Piccadilly. And the next station we shall be calling at is the penultimate station, Cuddington. So it's now time for what the hell moment while I'm eating a cheese and pickle sandwich waiting for the next train. And it's this notice board right behind me here. The notice board was funded by Cross Country Trains, who don't even run any trains on the Mid Cheshire Line. Surely that money could go somewhere else than fund a notice board on a line they don't even operate on.
Please do not try to use the foot crossings until the train has left the station.
So we have now arrived at the penultimate station we're stopping off at today. This is Cuddington. And to be honest, I don't really want to cuddle this railway station. It just doesn't wow me, to be honest with you. It's got the station building on the Manchester Piccadilly bound platform and it's made of bricks, while the other two railway stations made of some kind of stone, and that's what's not wowing me, to be honest. But it's still nice to see the station building here, even though it's in private residence. Also on the Manchester Piccadilly bound platform, it does have a modern waiting shelter, but on the Chester bound platform, which is the platform I'm currently standing on, it does have an old brick waiting shelter. And also you can access the platforms from Chester bound platform to Manchester Piccadilly bound platform by using the Barrow crossing. And the Barrow crossing is just west of this railway station. So there is a bit of history here at Cuddington Station. The station opened in 1869 by the West Cheshire Railway. The 1st of June 1870, the station became a junction station for a branch line to Winsford and over. But that line closed in 1967, but it's now a disused railway line which you can walk on, the Whitegate Way. And one day I shall walk that disused railway from Cuddington to Winsford. But for now we're going to cross over the Barrow crossing and wait for the 1417 Northern service to Manchester Piccadilly. And the next and final station we shall visit is Greenbank. So we have arrived at the final railway station we're stopping off at today. I won't be here very long. I'll explain very shortly. But this is Greenbank. Greenbank station opened on the 22nd of June 1870 by the West Cheshire Railway as Hertford and Greenbank. In 1973 it was renamed to Greenbank. Also, this is a junction station for freight lines. One freight line takes you to Acton Bridge on the West Coast Main Line, and the other freight line used to take trains to Willington Chemical Works, but the last train ran in 2014. Now, I have been here before at Greenbank because they had diverted Avanti West Coast Class 221 Super Voyagers through this station when they were diverting Chester services to Crewe via Middlewich and Sandbach. But we shall be leaving Greenbank because it's a 20-minute walk to the West Coast Main Line at Hertford Station, and that's where I'm heading to right now. So we have made it to Hertford Station on foot because I'm going to catch a train back to Stafford from Hertford. But visiting those stations on the Mid Cheshire Line has really been wonderful. There has been some beautiful stations as well. But the last time I was in Hertford, a train got cancelled and I literally had to walk it to Acton Bridge. And it was a good nearly 4 miles. And that video, if you want to see me walk that, is popping up on screen right now. Feel free to give that a click. The people on screen now, YouTube channels and patient supporters, thank you for supporting the channel. I've been SimOnTrains and hope to see you at the next railway station so we can embark on a new journey together. Thanks for watching.